Okay, well, I got to give a shout out first to the Humanist Report and Cold James Cash for breaking this exclusive story. It was obviously a ground shaker for anyone who's terminally online, but it goes as follows. Apparently, back in the day on the TYT network, Dave Rubin was playing basketball with Hasan Piker, and he absolutely destroyed him. He rolled him to such a degree that it actually is responsible for the current back injury that Hasan Piker now has at the hands of high-level ideas, Dave Rubin. So I need to ask you, Cenk, is any of this true?
So there is a quasi-TYT basketball game on Sundays, okay, and it's in a secret undisclosed location. And it's with other folks that are not at TYT as well. And it is true that Dave Rubin did play at that game when he was here. And it is true that Hasan Piker also played at that game. How many times did they play together? Probably not that many. Haas came out less than Rubin did. So did he cause there's a couple of very important questions. The internet has questions, we have answers, okay? Yep. And JR also plays at that game, as do many other people that are here. Who was the better player seems to be part of the question. And then did Dave hurt Hasan's back? Okay, no, I have no recollection of Dave Rubin ever hurting Hasan's back. I don't think that was an issue at all. In fact, Hasan hurt his knee in basketball, not his back as far as I remember. I could double check with him later, but that's my recollection of it. And then he stopped coming because his knee was hurt. And so I don't believe that has anything to do with Dave Rubin at all. But I'm amused by the idea. I mean, look, it's absurd on its face that Rubin was so good at basketball that it hurt Hasan's back. What does that even mean? Okay, so who is better is a fun question. Maybe I'll get to that in a second. But Jared, do you recollect anything between Hasan and Dave at all back then? Because remember, back then we're all friends. Yeah. There's no conflict at all.
Yeah, there was. So here's the thing. It's a bunch of it's a schlep league basketball, right? And so anytime someone with any kind of actual size shows up, that's an adversary, right? If you have to play against him. Hasan was that guy. What is he, 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah, he's 6'4", he's a big guy.
He's a solid guy, and he's competent with the basketball in his hand. I wouldn't call him Kobe Bryant, but I would say he at least knows what a basketball is supposed to do. So anytime someone has to guard Hasan, it was like a bit of a task because all he has is he can lean on you. And Dave Rubin, I think he outweighed Dave by a good 50 pounds, 60.
No, I don't think Dave ever covered Hasan.
That's the thing. You wouldn't put him.
Sense at all.
And you wouldn't put Hasan on Dave.
But the big question remains, because of all the things that Dave Rubin is terrible at, I would assume basketball and sports in general would be high on that list. But that to me is a bigger revelation than anything, that he's an incredible baller and that he was also able of putting some moves on Hasan. Is that true?
Okay, so that's a real question and a good question. By the way, on Hasan, just now that you reminded me who's covering him, there's no way Dave ever covered him. We'd never be that negligent and put Dave Rubin on Hasan, right?
It must have been vice versa, since Dave was so good, as the rumor goes, that Hasan was covering him and he hurt his back, right?
It makes no sense, right? No, if we had a big guy would cover Haas. If not, we'd have to put a round guy like me. I'm trying to box him out of the paint, at least on weight. Right?
I always got the Hasan assignment.
And JR would get that.
And I'm 6 feet tall. He's significantly taller than me.
Yeah. Okay. Now to the real question: how are they both? First, let's start with the easy one, Hasan. So I agree with JR. So since Hasan is competent in basketball and he's gigantic, it's pretty hard to stop him. And so. And we're hacks, right? We're all okay at basketball, but so it's not like Haas won every game. No, of course not, right? There's other good players, people, shooting threes, et cetera, right? But Haas was a good player and he was hard to stop. Okay, Dave, interesting revelation, a pretty good player. Okay, now his best shot was the three-pointer. He almost exclusively took three-pointers. Yeah. So he would almost never drive in. His passing was okay. I don't remember it one way or another. His defense was generally bad, except he had a specialty, and this is so fun.
I remember that.
Okay. his specialty was blocking people's shot from behind. And perhaps it should have been foreshadowing for us that he would attack us from behind. Do you remember this? He would even block 3-pointers because he'd hang out all the way in the back. And then when you're going to shoot, he would get it from behind and hit the ball.
I never knew this.
And it's not a bad play. It was legal. It wasn't a foul. And you wouldn't even see him coming, which again, should have told us something. Anyway, but from time to time, he'd block your shot from behind, which I thought was like interesting defense. Like, because he's not anywhere near the ball, he's behind the ball. And he would do that. But it was a fine play, nothing wrong. So overall, Dave was 6 out of 10, not a bad player.
The thing is, Dave hurt himself pretty badly playing with us. It was like an ankle or a knee or something. Maybe it was like a high ankle thing, and he was out for a while. And then we tried to come back and still,
Oh, I don't remember that.
Because he drove, I think, this is very a cloudy memory. He drove to the lane, like you say, he didn't do much. And he got in the trees, and he stepped on someone, or his foot went sideways. All that stuff happened. So that could have been the thing that happened to him. But I mean, I know that I feel like I remember that happening to him.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, I have one last pressing question. Between the two of you, what 2 players would you assemble to create the TYT NBA Jam Dream Team? And that can include any old cast members, including Jimmy Dore.
No, Jimmy doesn't play basketball. Yeah, there's 2 guys who played basketball who now are not great folks. But Dave Rubin's one of them. I'll leave the other one out. But no, Jimmy never played. He's not athletic like that. So the all-star team, I mean, if we're doing 5 people, we play 4-on-4 because it's a smaller court. But me, JR, Steve-O, and Hasan. So that wouldn't that be your top 4?
Of TYT folks.
Yeah. So Steve-O was part of the Aggressive Progressives, and Steve is a really good player, surprisingly good player. And so those 4 were good.
He likes doing little dirty moves here and there. Steve knows, and he laughs about it afterwards. He does little things. Little nudges.
Yeah.
We should talk about blocking from behind. He doesn't block from behind. He's the one who steals from behind.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's that guy.
Now I gotta watch out.
Everyone who plays basketball, anyone who plays any kind of pickup basketball knows there's certain kinds of players. So when you describe the certain kind of player, everyone has played against the guy who blocks you from behind, or who doesn't play defense, or who waits for the cherry pick, or then who, once you get beat, he wraps his hand around and fouls you. All that stuff. And then says, "Where's the foul? I just stripped the ball." So all that, we know who these players are. So, and it's fine. You know, everyone has their thing. Cenk shoots mid-range to 3-pointers. That's his gig. That's cool. That's what works for him. And he gets inside and he'll bang on you a little bit. That's what works. It's fine. But the thing is like, then if you put a bigger guy on Cenk, as he pointed out, that's his weakness. Because then they can lean on him a little bit. Then he's trying to get his shot off. Cenk gets tired. He's not shooting that well anymore. I got him on lock.
This is supposed to be us as teammates. He instantly turns it around.
He's on fire.
I'm such an ass. I apologize.
All right, you know what? If I had to pick a 5th, honestly, it's not Ricky Strom. It's not Jason.
Oh, Ricky. Okay,
I'm just kidding. It'd have to be between Dave Rubin and Ben Mankiewicz, and on grudges alone, I'm going Ben Mankiewicz.
Yeah, really?
Ben tries harder too.
All right, that's good to know.
They're similar players. That's odd. That's weird. Yeah, they play similarly. Except Ben is like the defense. He's the guy. Sorry, we're taking so long on this. Ben is the guy who, if he isn't supposed to be guarding someone like Hasan, he'll be like, "I got him." And that's what you love about Ben Mankiewicz. He'll put his nose in there, bro. He did it to me. I was like, Ben, come on, bro. He stuck his nose in there, got it hit by an elbow or something, and I was like, sorry, bro. He's gritty. Ben Mankiewicz is a gritty player. Props to Ben.
Yes, we're easy Ben Mankiewicz to round out the team. Okay, all right. Okay, now that the internet questions have been answered, the mysteries have been solved. No,
have they though?
Yeah, no, Rubin didn't do it. He never guarded Haas. Haas would have run over him so quick. Rubin is such a soft defender. Okay, no, there's no way. That would have been basketball malpractice to let Dave Rubin guard Hasan Piker.
I mean, and even if he was cool with us now, the same thing would be said. It's not like
yeah. No. Look at how honest I was. I even consider him for the top 5, and I say he's not that bad a player. Offensively, his 3-pointer's not bad. Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.